say, Pharaoh, we're not going to see him again. We're going to keep our eyes on Jesus. He said he sent his word to heal us and deliver us from all destruction. I shall be healed. I shall be well. I shall prosper. My house will be paid. My car payment will come in. That new job will come. They will receive my CV. My child's going to do well in school. This marriage is going to work. Somebody, this business God's going to help my son to get out of this thing. God's going to get my child out of prison. It's going to happen. And don't think, what if? Because there was a song in the 60s that says, I don't believe in if. We should sing it. I don't believe in if anymore. If's an illusion. If is an illusion. It's like that water you see in the desert, but it's not there. When you dive, you hit the sand. That's if. If is not reality. The reality is where you focus your eye. Single-eyed. Come on, somebody say, I take it. I take it. I take it. I'm going to help you today. Let's go to Matthew 16. This is a story where Jesus asked the disciples, would men say that he is? And they said, different stories. And then Jesus asked, who do you say? And remember, Peter came out with a revelation. You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Okay? Christ is the Son. So if the whole creation wait for the sons of God to be manifest, it means it's waiting for the Christ. Without the comma. Man, I'm going to read a scripture within a while. It's going to truly bless you. Okay? So, yes, Peter, revelation. You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Peter, flesh and blood has not revealed this unto you, but my Father. Now listen to what Jesus says. Verse 21. This is cool. From that time forth, Jesus began to show unto his disciples how he must go unto Jerusalem and suffer many things of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed and be raised again the third day. Stop. Did Jesus mention the Romans there? Okay. Jesus didn't mention the Romans. He says, the priests, the scribes, the Pharisees, they're going to take me, they're going to deliver me, and they're going to crucify me. Where is he talking about? Just look here at the board. Jerusalem. Okay? Is it all right? Listen to this. This is going to help you a lot. From that time, they just said, you are the Christ. And Jesus changed the subject. He said, you know what? I'm going to be delivered in Jerusalem. They're going to beat me up. They're going to crucify me in Jerusalem. What? Isaiah 50 verse 7 says, He set his face like a flint towards Jerusalem. A flint, is the hardest stone on earth. That's what they use in lighters. You touch the two flint stones together, it causes a light. So anything you take on a flint stone, the Flintstones. Bless you. Okay. You take a flintstone and you take anything, a piece of iron, everything that's hard, and you touch the flintstone and it causes a spark to come forth. It's hard. That's why it causes a spark. Jesus set his face, get this, like a flint towards Jerusalem. He says to the disciples, I must be delivered over to the scribes and the Pharisees, and I must be crucified in Jerusalem. And if you read John, he says, let's get up and go from here, when he tells the same story. So let's get up. Where are you going, Jesus? To Jerusalem. To do what? I'm going to be crucified. Jesus, look at that. No, I'm going to be crucified. Jesus, look here. No, I'm going to be crucified. Jesus, pay it. No, I'm going to be crucified. Jesus, there's another sick person. No, I'm on my way to be crucified. Set his face like a flint. So in other words, nothing can deviate him. He's got one single goal. I must go to Jerusalem. Come, disciples, you can come with me or you can stay. I'm going now to Jerusalem. Okay? You got that picture. Okay? So here he's starting telling them that he's going to Jerusalem to be crucified. Listen to this, verse 22. This is awesome, man. Then Peter took him and began to rebuke him. I mean, he just said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. They knew from scriptures the Christ must be crucified, Isaiah 53. Be it far from thee, Lord, this shall not be. Distraction. How can you go to England now? I mean, haven't you heard that there's a problem on the airport? No. I must go to England now. You know, I've got this job description. They gave it to me for 3 months, and I can make like 20,000 a month extra than what I make here. And when I come back, they pay for my... No. And mother comes, my child, have you seen the airport? They've got a lot of problems, you know. They've got a lot of strikes now there in Heathrow Airport. No, I'd rather stay. But does anybody know that how many times have you decided and then somebody comes with a second thought and you change and afterwards you said, I knew I should have done it? How many times have you said, I should have stayed with my first idea. I should have stayed with that first thing. I should have went when I said I was going to go. I should have done it when I knew I had to do it. Be it far from thee. But what did we read? Jesus has got his face like a flint. Verse 23, this is going to break you through. But Jesus turned and said unto Peter, get thee not the things that be of God, but that's that be of men. I think the Amplified will say, verse 23, you are minding what partakes not the nature and quality of God, but you are minding the things of men. Then Jesus said to his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. How many sermons have you heard on take up your cross and follow me? Brother, you must take up your cross and follow Jesus. You must take up your cross and follow Jesus. Man, and we've been put under condemnation and we try to take up our cross. What is your cross, Kubus? What did Jesus mean when he said take up the cross and follow? Have you heard that before? And we heard these sermons, oh brother, you must deny yourself, take up your cross. Listen to the context. I am going to where I know I must go. I'm on my way to Jerusalem to be crucified. I got my face like a flint. Peter, the best disciple, the strongest, boldest, most powerful disciple. Jesus said, let's go. Peter said, you can't go and be crucified. Jesus turned to the most boldest disciple. Get behind me, Satan. Your thoughts are double. You're not minding the things of God. You are minding the things of men. You are again double-minded. Don't you remember at the sea when you started walking? Now you've got two minds again. You know what I must do now. You're double-minded. Satan, get behind me. This is what Jesus thinks of a second thought. This is what Jesus thinks of a double-minded man. This is what Jesus thinks of the second thought. So you, if that second thought comes, be bold. Take up your cross and follow him. In other words, do what he did when he went to the cross. He put his face like a flint and said, get behind me, Satan. Pick up your cross. Follow him. I'm not going to get a second thought. There's nothing wicked and bad about that scripture. It's a motivational scripture. If you're on your way to something, don't be deviated. Don't get a second thought. Listen, my face was like a flint. Take up the cross, man.
Yes, amen. Awesome.
Did you get it?
Yes.
I thought that was an awesome revelation. It's not go suffer, go through trouble and trial. No, look what I did with my face. Take up your cross. In other words, go for it, son. If double thoughts come, if distractions come, turn to it and say, Satan. Why Satan? Because Colossians 1 verse 21 says, we were alienated from God by our wicked minds. So the mind gets a second thought. Who will put it there? Who's going to put the second thought? Who wants to deviate you? Who wants to distract you? Not your mother. The devil. My son, mother, get behind me, Satan. No. You're not rebuking your mother. You're not rebuking Peter. You are coming against the second thought that want to deviate you. You know, when we left the denomination, want to put up the tent. What our parents said, how are you going to live? How are you going to look after yourself? I said, no, I don't look after myself. God look after me. Everything tried to distract us. In the newspapers, they tried to distract us. Our parents tried to distract us. I said, God gave me a dream. We're going to put up the tent. Then we're going to get the drive-in. We're going to build a church. Then we're going to put up another tent that's bigger. Then we're going to build a bigger church. And here we are, 25 years later. Sickness tried to distract us. Cancer tried to distract us. When we started the TV, I can go on and on and on. What about your stuff? What about the prayers you pray? What about the decisions you got to make? What about, the business you're running? Everything. Where's your eyes? On Jesus, that is your leader and source of faith, or on all the distractions? Look at this. I tell you, this day is a mess. No, it's not. It's Monday. This day, I tell you, this day was a bad